Hi, my name is Suleiman. I'm the founder of Ruthless Digital, a premier Google Ads agency for e-commerce businesses. We work solely on a commission-based basis. And today I'm going to be showing you how to find transactional, bottom of the funnel, high intent keywords for your Google Ads search campaigns and your Google Ads shopping campaigns. So let's begin. So there's four things we're going to be covering today. The first thing is we're going to be showcasing you how to use Google Keyword Planner in order to find keywords for your search campaigns and PPC and Google Ads. And I'm going to be showcasing to you how to use Google Search Console and Google Analytics. And then third, I will be showing you how to leverage the Google search engine itself to give you real-time customer queries that you can use in your search campaigns. And then fourthly, I will be showing you, I don't know if fourthly is a word, but fourthly, I'll be showing you if you can how to use semrush to find keywords for your Google Ads campaign. So let's begin. So in this case, I have a demo Google Ads account here. Let us begin. So for example, I'm a Google Ads agency for e-commerce businesses, but let's just say I'm a Google Ads agency. Here's an example of what I would do. So one, I don't care where you are on the Google Ads website. What you would do is go to Tools and Settings. You go down here to Planning, and then you go to where right here, the second one where it says Keyword Planner. What you do from there is click it, and then you press Discover New Keywords. And then from here, if you are targeting a specific country, a city, or a state, you can insert that here. And then here's two things that are very interesting. One, we can start typing keywords related to the product or services we sell. So in my case, e-commerce. These are just some broad terms that relate to what I do. So I'll press get results. And now here's where it gets interesting. These are the keywords we provided. And what Google does is it gives you an analysis on the average monthly searches. We'll get into whether this is accurate or not momentarily. The level of competition, the year-over-year change, which is also a phenomenal indicator, and then most importantly, the top of the page bid and the top of the page bid high. So the absolute top of the page bid, and then the bottom, like top of the page bid, but like the third or fifth spot. So in between the third and fifth, and this is like, one to third. So one to three, like the top three ad ranking spots, and this is like, the lower one. So for example, e-commerce Google Ads agencies only get 10 to 100 searches. Now, keep in mind, generally Google does underestimate the traffic, in my experience, by a decent amount. If this says 10 to 100, there's a very good likelihood that this could be all the way up to 1,000. And if this is 10 to 1,000, let's just say average 5,000, it's very likely that this is hitting five figures, meaning over 10,000 searches a month easily. So these tend to really be on the lower end. So if this says e-commerce Google Ads agency, or let's just go to the one below it, Google Ads agency, right? And it's saying 1 to 10,000 people are searching it for every month. We can safely assume in most scenarios that this is well over 10,000. And it says the competition's low, which is interesting because there's a high year-over-year change, meaning more people are bidding on this keyword. And now we can see how much it costs to bid on this keyword. Usually what I do is I just take the average of these two numbers, and depending on how solid your website is, I would decrease that average by around 25, 30%. And so let's do that right now to figure out how much we're bidding. So that's about $20 cost per click approximately. So that is a fairly inexpensive keyword for something in this industry. Generally, I was thinking people would pay a lot more. As you can see, if we put Google Ads for, that's where it's a little bit more specific, right? Because if you're going to put Google Ads for dentist, you're probably going to end up paying a lot more than, say, just Google Ads agency. And we can see the top of the page bid here is quite astronomically high, reaching all the way to $752. We can safely assume the average cost per click is around $100 to $300 per click, which is quite expensive. Now, that's just a quick breakdown of Google Ads Keyword Planner. What you came here for is to how to find more keywords. Simply put, Google does give you a large plethora of selection that you can look through and try to see which keywords that you could look for. So this one's interesting. AdWords PPC management, and the competition's low, and the bid isn't listed here. which is interesting too, because that means there's not that many people bidding on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that and start bidding on that keyword for my agency. And what you can do is begin to see some keywords are worth a lot more than other. Google Ads agency near me is only approximately $25 per click, whereas a Google PPC agency, you're paying around $125 per click. So this gives you a very, very good estimate of how much you're going to be paying cost per click and how much search volume there is, and a lot of other data regarding keywords. You can easily use this, and most of the time I really just use this alone. This alone is about enough for you in order to get every keyword that you possibly need. Something interesting you can do right here is actually go to Google Keyword Planner, but instead what you can do is, let me move my face right here. You can insert a website, your website, a competitor's website, a website that's well known in your industry. So there's a guy named Qasim Assalam. He owns this phenomenal agency called Solution 8. Let me type that in. And generally what happens more often than not is that you can get very similar keywords to what their website is about, what they're targeting, what their SEO efforts are ranking them for. And this gives you also a ton of keywords is here. So these tools, two tools alone should be able to help you. You can just insert keywords broadly or specifically related to your industry. Or you can start with a website and start putting in websites of people that you know, and then that's it for the Google Ads Keyword Planner. So then the next step is, if that's not enough, what you can do, especially if your website has SEO done, this is a phenomenal tool in, is to go to Google Search Console, spelled exactly like this in the top left-hand corner. And what you can do is just go to Performance, and you can just get a list of search queries about what you are ranking for. So for example, something that might be of interest to me to target is, say, Google Ads case study or Google Ads case study 2023. And I just started doing SEO on my website quite recently, so we don't have that many impressions. That being said, these are interesting keywords because, one, they're highly specific. The more specific something is, the more likely they are to convert. And additionally, since they seem to be quite unheard of key terms, it's probably a lower customer acquisition cost in comparison to something very broad like Google Ads agency. So the only problem with this is that you cannot see a lot of data at once. You can get a brief overview of what you're appearing for on Google. But if you want to take it up a notch, what you have to do is go into Google Analytics. I'm on Google Analytics 4, by the way. So what you would do is you just go to reports, and you should have a search console thing here. If you do not have a search console thing here, what you need to go is into admin. You need to scroll down in the middle column and go down till where you see it says search link console. And then you have to link your Google Search Console with Google Analytics and refresh the page, and then you'll be able to have your Google Search Console connected here. It's a lot easier to see data this way. It's easier for me to fathom, comprehend. So here we can also see words that our website is ranking for, words that we're able to use as keywords on Google Ads. This is generally very useful. Keep in mind, if you have done SEO, you should be able to find quite a few words doing that. But make sure to use transactional keywords, right? Because we want people who have purchasing intent that are not necessarily in the research phase or just figuring things out. We need bottom of the funnel people. So an example would be like, hypothetically, let's say adjustable computer armrest for sale. When people type shop or for sale, people are obviously looking for those things, and those could be great keywords we can use. So quickly now, we've covered the Google Keyword Planner, we've covered Google Search Console, we've covered Google Analytics. These are three absolutely phenomenal, completely free tools. They're completely free. You don't have to pay any money. There's no gimmick. There's no recurring subscription. These are all free tools you can use in either your Google Ads efforts or your SEO efforts, whichever one you please. Google Ads is better if you ask me, but I'm biased, obviously. And then fourth, and not last, but final, is semrush. Semrush is also a great tool. And you might be saying, well, Suleiman, SEMrush cost a lot of money. And I would say they actually have a free version, which you can use. And simply put, you can just come here to the keyword overview once you've made an account, start putting some keywords in, and it'll give you some keywords too that are quite related to it, the variations of it, related keywords for it, and then you can go and plug these keywords in the Google Keyword Planner and get a very accurate estimate on their cost per click. So these are four highly intelligent methods for finding bottom of the funnel, high intent keywords to use in Google Ads for your search campaigns. If you utilize all four of these methods, I guarantee you will find pristine keywords that are not that competitive, but also high converting and also a low cost per click, which generally leads to lower customer acquisition costs. And who doesn't want to acquire great customers for cheap? I know I certainly do. So this is the method to do it. We use, in essence, to summarize, Google Keyword Planner. We use Google Search Console and Analytics. We use Google Search. Oh, I forgot to that one. Okay, so this is interesting. Let's say, is the camera still on? Okay, yeah. Let's go here to Google. What we can do is say, if we're selling ergonomic armrest, we can type in ergonomic armrest. And I know this sounds so simple. It sounds too simple. You might be saying, why are you including this in the video? But it's so effective. So for, let's say, ergonomic armrest, you can literally type in ergonomic armrest, put a space, and you find several keywords. And these keywords are not just random. These are keywords that real people have searched. That's why Google is suggesting them. So now you can try to see, okay, if I put buy branch ergonomic chair. If you were selling ergonomic chairs, this is a phenomenal thing to have as a search query and so forth. So now you can just start experimenting and seeing. So if you're selling ergonomic chairs with arms, should ergonomic chairs have arms? You might have a blog post might want to link to that you might want to send traffic to with an affiliate link or your link in the product or your link in the blog post, excuse me. So this tool is very useful. So let's say Google Ads agency, hear me, for small businesses, etc. So now you can find a ton of keywords for completely free, again, using the Google search engine. And there's nothing better than this because this is literally what real people are typing. These results, these search queries that are being populated are from people who actually type these search queries in. That's why they're showing up. So these are very good predictions. These can be used on keywords in SEO or Google Ads for your search campaigns. Also, the people also ask is very useful. Generally, these are a little bit more middle of the funnel questions, and they're not bottom of the funnel. They're not super high intent, but they can be useful too. And what the related searches is extremely useful as well. You want to use the Google search bar, you want to use the people also ask, and you want to use the related searches. If you use these three tools, I guarantee you will have a never-ending amount of keywords to use in your Google Ads campaigns. You can use these, you can easily find keywords that will print you a lot of money if you use these four strategies that I've shown you in this video. Other than that, I think I'm finished. My name is Suleiman. I'm based in San Diego, California. If your e-commerce business ever needs Google Ads, if you want to completely outsource it and achieve exceptional results on a pay-for-performance basis, which is the same thing as commission, meaning we only charge a percentage of the revenue we generate. So if we spend $100 and we make $400, we'll only charge you a percentage of that revenue we generate. We can only make money when you make money in essence. It's a very good business model for both of us because this allows me to work with fewer people, which means I can give your ad account the most amount of time. Click the link below and you can schedule a call with Ruthless Digital today, and I'll be sure to take your call and we can both make a lot of money together. It was great making this video. Thank you and have a great day. No. Um, I don't know how to end the video. That's awkward.